Hi, this is the Tax Savior Project Video 2, created by Group 18. So the problem that we had were filing taxes electronically, making the tasks easier to do. The reason why filing taxes electronically is easier to do is because it's user-friendly and it saves time and money, but it's also convenient to use anywhere at any time. So why do most people over the age of 50 not file taxes online? They do not have prior knowledge of using these online tax tools or software. Another reason is they don't trust the softwares online. Using the internet can be a little difficult for people over the age of 50, so they may not know how to navigate the internet or use a computer. And this is how we plan on helping the users that are over the age of 50 in that demographic. We want to create an easy-to-use interface that does not require any prior knowledge about taxes or using online tools. In this, we created a UI that includes basic operations for learnability purposes. The user analysis. So the typical users and demographic we're aiming for, again, are the elderly, which is 50 plus years old. Because they have less computer experience, they don't really participate in the tax process or aren't very involved in the tax process. So they usually ask for assistance from an agent, accountant, or person who is familiar with filing taxes. And as we said before, the goals of the user are to be able to file their taxes online, learn basic tax-related knowledge, and be able to get more basic information about taxes. Some example tasks that you're able to do with Tax Savior is number 2, they can sign in as a guest and look into the tax info button to find user tax bracket using their income amount. And example number 3 is using the tutorial for step-by-step help on users' taxes. Now we are going to go through the first iteration prototype. So on the left-hand side, we have the Welcome to Tax Savior landing page, which, if you notice, there's a black and white logo. There's poor usage of white space, and there was a brief description that was provided on what's in the app and how to use the app. After you clicked Got It from the landing page, you go to the registration page. If you notice, it has no color. The spacing is kind of off from where you see guest to create account. The scaling of the page, everything is pushed to the top. There's not really much design going on, and the buttons could be bigger, so it's easily accessible. And on the final prototype, we see all the way on the right side, it says, Welcome to Tax Savior. We included a little more color, some blue on the outside. The buttons are a little bit bigger, so it's accessible. It's more simplified than having the landing page and the registration page. For the home page, we have 4 buttons, and we decided to eliminate the last button and instead include a tutorial page. We found that the 4 buttons were great for easy navigation, and the clear identification for the buttons are by name. For the tax info page, we previously did not develop this prototype, so I have an example of the paper prototype and the final prototype. More buttons were implemented at the top of the page. We've also decided to separate by tax rate, tax bracket, and tax owed. The go back button is very handy for navigation, so you can go back to the 4 buttons, and the title on the top added clarity for users. The account page. So we decided to include a back button on the top left corner for navigation, and we included bright colors to represent the distinction between the top, which is the account management, where you put your username and email, with the tax survey. So we see a bright green box to distinguish that. And the use of white space is a lot better because everything is centered. Here we have the first iteration prototype of the support page. So at first we had no way to identify who you were chatting with. No names were provided, and also the scaling was off. So we had decided to fix that in our final implementation of the prototype. And finally, we have the tutorial page. And this tutorial page was not previously developed. So we had taken the ability to follow step-by-step tutorials and implemented that into our application. Now we have access to online tools, which provides step-by-step instructions with a video. And on the bottom of that, we have the steps clearly stated if user needs to review instead of rewatching the whole video. And overall, watching a video is great for convenience at home if you're struggling to do your taxes. And we made sure to scale the screen as large as we can so that it is easily accessible to others.
Here are the lessons we learned from heuristic evaluation in next iterations. Besides from the features that we didn't complete, there are two lessons we learned from heuristic evaluation the most. First, simplify UI. We combine a pop-up and a registrations page into one to make a more simple UI. The new pop-up window now allows the user to immediately input their information or log in as a guest if they choose to do so. The second one is aesthetic issue. Some classmates suggest us to change the background color as well as the logo to bring in less black and white for aesthetic purpose. Here are some comments in terms of learnability, safety, and efficiency. Due to the fact that our user interface is mainly designed for people who are not familiar with text information, learnability is our top priority. Here are our final demo. This is the landing page, and the users can see some brief descriptions, and they can log in here, or they can just click guest to get access to the next page. This is the home screen of our UI, and if you click text info, it will redirect you into the text info page. This page shows tax rates with respect to taxable income bracket. And if you click the back button, it will go back to the home screen. Next is our account page. This page shows personal info and provides a quick survey to help people get rid of a lot of work. Next is our support page. This page provides a channel for users to discuss with professional people about their tax and ask for the last one is the advice. Tutorial page. This page provides a YouTube link, and the video will help users from scratch, step by step. Thank you. That's pretty much of our presentation.